Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Toyga.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
And my name is Rhydian, I'm the GM.
Nope, my name's Kerry and I'm the GM.
Hang on, wait, that's my job. Alright then, we have a guest GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. If you stick about for a few seconds at the end of the episode, we also have a question for you as well. Following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Before we dive into the episode, here's some pay data on another one of the Shadowrun podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Are you trying to serve me a subpoena?
No,
It's a
I'm
scam.
trying to do some crime.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to do some crime but don't know where to start? Well, you're in luck, listener. Why not try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series? Sinless is a Shadowrun 3rd edition actual play podcast that follows a group of career criminals while they try and make a life in the barrens of 2050s Seattle. Follow the crew as they build their reputation, starting as a simple Redmond gang doing odd jobs around the community and end up in way over their heads as deniable assets in international power struggles and megacorp feuds. Sinless eliminates the crunch and instead focuses on the stories of the runners that you'll come to love or hate. When you try Sinless Brand Podcast, you'll learn how to commit multiple felonies, such as kidnapping,
A horned figure approaching you. Okay, cool.
summary execution,
And I pull my gun and I shoot him in the head.
grand theft.
Look, man, I'm driving, all right?
Not anymore, you're not parking, get out. Terrorism,
So how do we all feel about regicide?
and many, many more. So what are you waiting for? Try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series today. The makers of Sinless do not endorse commission of any actual crime outside of your gaming group. The makers of Sinless are not responsible people. Do not use Sinless brand products if you are allergic to fun. Talk to your doctor if you experience any of the side effects, including but not limited to uncontrollable laughter, compulsive dice roll, nausea, vomiting, lost character sheets, dizziness or vertigo, unnatural attachment to fictional characters, withdrawal between episodes, ocular bleeding, Cheeto fingers, caffeine dependence, insomnia, or death. Sinless, the actual play that puts the gag in baggage. Available at your local Stuffer Shack or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The team have found Kerwin, the man trying to sell the mini-disc they've been paid to retrieve. But it seems the team are not the only ones looking for this piece of audio prehistory.
There's a shout of, "Boss, we've got company!" Followed by, "Rag off! This is none of your business!" Aimed in your general direction. A woman in a corporate security uniform aims a taser at you and says, "Back off if you know what's good for you!"
Mav unzips his holdall and lets the bag fall to the floor. The fact that he had a medium machine gun slung on his shoulder wrapped in a holdall is now apparent.
Yes, in fact, you're going to get another shout from this lassie who says, "Seriously, this is not your business. Step away." It is, in fact, Huggy's turn, because we are now in initiative.
Huggy is back in the van. Huggy is going to jump into Fenrir.
What is Fenrir doing?
Right, I think it takes Huggy's action this turn to hot him into Fenrir.
So, does Fenrir move, or...?
I'm not going to bother going through the gap in the fence.
Okay.
I'm reasonably sure that Fenrir can shoot through a chain link fence.
Yep, fair.
Right, so I am going to, rather Fenrir is going to start moving on this trajectory at top speed. I'm not sure how far he can make it.
40, since this is his first round moving.
Holy shit. How big is this pile of junk?
It's about half the height of the vans.
Right, so too tall to shoot over.
Yeah.
Huggy, you never asked that on a first date.
So the vans are stacked 7 meters high, so call it
4 meters?
3.5? 4
4
meters, that works. Yeah, call it 4 meters.
Yep, that makes sense. Right, that's everything I can do this turn.
Alrighty. What you doing, Mav?
Mav is going to level his machine gun at the unfortunate lady with a taser in front of him and say, "Mine's bigger." We decide what our business is.
You're stealing my lines, Mav.
Mav, not on a first date.
You're assuming that this is a date, not just a hookup.
Alrighty.
First, Huggy's asking how big people's junk are. Now Mav's saying his is bigger. None of you read the pamphlets I prepared.
You prepared pamphlets? Of course you did, Tiger.
Huggy, tell them about the pamphlets I prepared for you.
They were very, very graphic, and I'll be honest, I was kind of scared by some of the pictures.
The list of moving parts was quite interesting, though.
The diagram was, yes, the diagram was, so far as I'm aware, anatomically accurate.
Her eyes kind of travel up and down you and go, well, it would have to be, wouldn't it, Tuska?
Might roll an intimidate check.
Yes.
And I hear that.
I'm saying it relatively loudly, and I'm standing right behind one of your drones.
No, but I mean, can I hear her response?
He's standing right under one of your other drones, so quite possibly.
Because she's getting shot a lot of times.
You're rolling intimidation plus charisma.
And I am spending a point of edge on this, because I wish to do it well. I have obtained 4 hits.
She takes a step backward, but holds the taser level. For frag's sake, Nissa, hold your ground. Told you about this before. Can you do me a wee perception test, please, Mav?
Absolutely. Is it visual?
Yes.
3 hits.
Yeah, you can see that she's trying to look tough. But she's pretty raw. Other than trying to intimidate her, is there anything else you can do?
I will then aim twice at Nissa. No, I will aim once and activate a combat adept power. I activate agility boost for 4 hits. Brag you.
Cool. Next up is Hugin.
Hugin is going to remove itself from the combat scene.
Fair enough.
Meow.
Because it is not a combat role.
Tiger, one of the corporate security guards who stood just that further bit back near the perimeter fence between you and Kerwin, flings a stun bolt at you because he can actually see you.
Oh, I have to roll... I've never had to resist a spell before.
You need to soak 5 stun.
I roll willpower plus my counterspelling, which is 4. So I got 2 hits on that.
Yep, so you've taken 3 stun from that.
So Toiger flinches and screams. And about halfway through the scream it turns into a sort of cat yowl. And he immediately turns to look at the source of the looking around for the source of the attack, visibly snarling.
The sorcerer, if you will.
Aha, badumch.
Right, it is Hansel?
So, we have... None of the shooting has actually started yet, right?
No.
Some spellcasting has started.
There's some spellcasting started.
But I don't know that.
Nope.
Toiger did just go, ouchie.
Yeah, but Toiger's beard.
Love you too, Bertha.
Right. Hansel is going to move over the junk piles, flying up closer to the corpos, and take aim at the closest of them.
Okay, cool. Tiger, it's your go.
So, can I see the mage who fired at me?
You can see you, so presumably you can see him.
Yes.
Super, I cast Powerball.
Alright.
No, Toiger, pronouncing I cast fuck you wrong.
And I'm aiming directly at, like, the hollow of his throat.
Okay. It's an AoE. Cool.
Is it a big enough AoE to catch?
AoE is the force.
I got one hit.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to roll to resist the brain now.
Are you taking that hit?
Yes.
Okay, so your drain will be 3, not 2.
So I rolled to resist 2 of it, so I'm taking another point of drain.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. How is this resisted?
Just on body.
They're assisted by body. Okay. Okay, so let's do his counterspelling.
Harry, you've already mastered the unsettling GM laugh, so...
I don't know what you're talking about. That's just an unsettling ember laugh.
Okay, so he didn't manage to resist any of that.
Oh dear.
So that was force 5 and you kept that, so that's 6, isn't it? Yeah, he's not happy. Armor doesn't help against this, does it?
Nope. Suffer.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is this chap dead? Have I
No,
killed someone?
Not quite. Nearly, but not
You're
quite.
not supposed to kill people, Tiger.
Alrighty. Cool. Tiger, you cast a spell, so that was a complex action.
So it was basically Toiger, like, points high above, like, raises a finger above his head, and, like, a tiny little, like, sort of silvery grey spark appears there, which he then flicks at the guy. There's a sound like a stack of brass pans being thrown out a 6-story window. And the sides of the cars around him suddenly have these, like, sort of deep gouges as if from claws on them. There's some on the ground. I'm guessing he's the lieutenant guy, he's got a few gouges appear in his armour. The guy's hood is ruined and just shredded to bits. He's covered in open wounds. And Toiger, just as he does that, he just screams,
Geek the fragging mage!
Okay, so they're not doing anything, but this one is. Mav, can you roll reaction? Because before this Powerball went off, Nissa fired her timber at you.
Yeah. I do not appreciate this. I rolled reaction for 1 hit. I also get to roll 2 additional dice for combat sense. Well, that was lame. I'm unhappy with this degree of success.
I was about to say that.
I am going to reroll 8 dice. For 4 hits. That's much better.
So you have 2 net hits, Mav.
Nothing happens.
She misses, but you hear a faint sort of hissing of darts as they fly past you and embed themselves in the bonnet of the lowest van in the stack and sit there fizzing. She looks at you a little bit wild-eyed. And now we're going back to Sunshine.
Somebody shouted Geek the Mage, so I'm going to run across to the end of this row of junk and I'm going to take aim at...
As you round the corner, you almost collide with another security officer who's trying to draw their own gun.
Oh! Well, I'll take aim and shoot at them instead. So I will roll me dice. 3 hits.
You have 1 net hit, Luna. Sunshine.
Cool, then damage is 7 stun, AP half.
Suffer horribly.
Ah, Stick and Shock, a reliable old friend.
Stick and Shock is everyone's favourite friend. Except the people that get its used on.
So she twitches a lot as the Stick and Shock connects with her.
She is not having a good day.
She's not having a good day.
I realised I didn't have the laser sight turned on for that, because that wasn't in the modifiers, but I've now fixed that. So, duck right in the corner and go, oh, frag, and then click the laser sight on.
So next up, it's Strato9.
Right, yes, Gretel. Gretel is... Well, now the shooting has started. And Geek the Mage has been called. So Gretel is going to... What is the range on Gretel's guns? They are assault rifles, so I think they are pretty much in range. Gretel will rise up to the point where she can see the mage, and then Geek the Mage.
Okay, roll it.
So, this is going to be narrow bursts, one long, one short.
Okay.
So, first of all, the long burst. This is gel rounds. 2 hits.
Defenders win ties, don't they?
They do.
In which case, he manages to duck out the way.
Right. In that case, takes a second short burst. That's 2 hits again.
Yeah, that catches him.
Yes. Right, in that case, take...
2 net hits.
2 net hits. Excellent. So yeah, 7 damage.
9.
AP plus 1. Yeah, sorry, 9 because it's narrow burst.
He takes 5.
He's having a bad day.
He is really not happy right now. One of them catches him square in the face and he's now bleeding from the side of his skull. And he has a split lip. And he's spitting gel.
Oh god, he got some in his mouth. That's probably the least of his problems right now, but he probably wants to get his stomach pumped afterwards.
Alrighty, so we're on to pass 2. The lieutenant at this point is going to shout, "Gloves off!" to his team.
Is he 100% sure that that is the command that he wants to give in the current situation?
Yes, he is.
Well, Toiger, you heard him.
Tiger already took the gloves off.
You hear another yell of, "Protect the target!" Tiger,
Yes.
one of the guards is firing at you, because you're currently the only person that he can actually see.
Okay, do I have to roll reaction or dodge?
Yes, please roll reaction -5 as he opens up.
Okay, I'm going to roll no dice and get no hits.
Funny that.
Oh, I'm so dead.
That was a wide burst. You're not that dead.
So, the lieutenant opens up in your general direction. He just sort of sprays lead towards you, and you can hear some of it pinging off the roofs of the vans near you. But please resist 6. That will be ballistic armor.
I've got 1 hit then. So do I now take 4 physical damage?
This would be an excellent time to use Edge.
So, are you comfortable with that?
I'm going to roll those again and use up my last point of edge. Can't remember what I used the other 2 on.
That's what the last point of Edge is there for.
Yeah, I got a hit.
Jesus Christ, man, you cannot roll dice tonight.
So, taking 4 damage from that.
Physical damage.
Yeah, as these bullets slam into you.
Oh, not again! And I probably fall over.
Toiger, stop getting shot.
I'm trying! I cannot wait to light you on fire.
Alrighty. Next up, we have the guard who shouted at you as you came into the yard. She's going to go around one of the junk piles and take aim, and then shoot at Hansel.
No! Why would you shoot at this precious little drone that's not done anything to you?
Because she sees it and it looks like a threat. To be blunt.
Didn't shoot the wizard a minute ago. No, that was the strat of 9. Sorry.
Gretel shot the wizard. Hansel hasn't done anything. Hansel is just sitting there innocently pointing its gun at her and preparing to fire.
I'm making an argument that she was actually stood quite close to these, so she can't quite see Toiger fully enough.
Yeah, that's a 7-meter tall tower.
Yeah,
She's
so
not got a shot on him.
Can't see him, so she's moved and is going to shoot at the thing that she can see.
Yep, that makes sense.
She shoots her Colt Manhunter at Hansel. Does Hansel get a reaction?
Hansel gets a autonomous range defense, I believe.
Can you roll that, please?
That's 2 hits.
So she has 4 net hits.
Jesus, 4.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, she rolled really well. So please resist 5 AP -1.
Could be 9 AP -1, I believe. Not that I'm trying to get Hansel blowed up.
It would be 9. Okay, yes, no, it would be 9. I can't do maths. I forgot that you added net hits to it. Sorry, Hansel.
Why do you keep shooting my drones?
So far I've only shot one of them.
Not you, but why do people keep shooting my drones?
Because they're big and worry and have guns on them.
Hansel isn't that big.
How big is Hansel?
Hansel is a small drone.
Yeah, that's like dog-sized and flying and armed with an assault rifle.
Huggy's a weeb, yes? Like anime fan.
Huggy?
Huggy?
What?
Huggy is a fan of anime, or a weeb, as one might say.
Yes.
Do any of your drones have like little anime blush stickers on them to make them look cute and innocent?
Probably not. They've got various art pieces that Huggy and Lutzog have put on them whilst in various states of intoxication.
Making your combat room drone look cute doesn't make it less intimidating.
The overall effect is something like... Oh, what's that camouflage they used to use on ships to...
What, dazzle?
Dazzle, yeah.
Huggy, it's your go now.
Right. This lady has just shot one of my drones. Can I bring Fenrir into range?
Apologies. But no.
Right, since there's nothing that Huggy can do. Actually, what Huggy can do is jump to another drone. So she could jump to Hansel and then fire.
No, because jumping is a complex action. No, it's a simple action. She could.
She could, yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I'm jumping to Hansel. And then firing at the lady who just shot at me. So, long, narrow burst. That's 6 hits.
You have 1 net hit.
Jesus! These guys are good. So, that is 11 AP plus 1.
She soaks 2 of that, so she takes 9 stun.
And that is why you don't fuck with my drones! Alright, so she shoots at the drone, which is kind of, buzzing around in a standard defensive, looping pattern. It takes a couple of wounds, sort of shudders a little bit, settles, and then it seems to focus as Huggy jumps in. The gyros in the aiming system up, and then there is just a fairly short, actually, just up, and every single hit goes straight to the solar plexus.
She lands flat on her back and just lies there for a bit, groaning.
She's still conscious?
Just. She's very unhappy, but she is just about with it, but she's lying flat on her back now.
And through the speaker on the front of Hansel, Huggy is going to go, I think you may want to reconsider your position.
Maverick, it's your go.
Oh, goody, I got shot at. I would like to retaliate.
Go for it.
So I aimed last pass.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going to give a long, narrow burst of stick and shot at Nissa.
Yep.
4 hits.
You have 2 net hits.
Then she takes 13 stun energy against half impact.
Jesus Christ.
Hey Ember, this is Mav. How unconscious is she?
Very. She's out stone cold.
I've moved myself up to the end of the row of junk, and then I'm going to fire a short, narrow burst of stick and shot at the guard next to Sunshine.
Oh, she is having a bad day.
Everyone here is having a bad day.
You have 4 net hits.
He takes 12 stun energy against half impact.
So that's definitely overflow, so she's unconscious and exceedingly unhappy.
She did just get 3 very precise stick and shot rounds. Mav is always the professional. He took aim last turn and fired his aim burst this turn, putting 5 of those 6 rounds into Nissa. Then combat jogs up to the end, ducks his back against the van, aims across against unnamed woman on right, and very neatly puts all 3 of those rounds straight into her centre of mass.
Yep. And she is out for the count.
Yep.
Fenrir has 3 passes.
Fenrir can't do anything because it's already moved its maximum.
So Toiger, I believe it is your turn.
Yeah, I am full of holes at the minute.
You could be more full of holes.
Have you considered running away?
If I drop down and lie flat on the roof of the vans, can you still see me to aim at me?
I'd say probably not.
Oh crap, I'm shit hell bugger. Okay, so I'm gonna throw myself flat on the ground to lie there, and I wasn't doing it because this was like this was a potentially cannon run and I don't know how long I'm gonna have these spirits, but fuck it, I'm injured and I have nothing better to do. Give instruction to Spirit of Beasts, just Spirit of Earth, sorry, just geek the mage.
Sunshine, you only had one pass.
Yep. I am basic.
Strato 9. Gretel? Grendel.
Gretel. Grendel is the other drone.
Sorry.
You have
Grendel
too many drones and they're all bloody German.
Gretel is going to continue to be geeking the mage.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so this is a long burst. Long, narrow burst. That's 3 hits.
At -3, he has no dice to roll. So he takes all of that.
That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 AP minus 1. AP plus 1.
Is it still gel? Yeah.
Yeah.
We have not taken the gloves off.
Except for Toiger.
Except for Toiger.
This is us still technically fighting gloves on. I don't think Fenrir is going to get there in time.
He takes 4 from that. He is now also looking decidedly unhappy about life in general.
Well, that's time to add to his misery a second round. I'm going to fire a short narrow burst.
Okay. I'm not going to bother rolling reaction because he can't at this point.
He has no die pool.
4 hits! 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage, AP plus 1.
Alrighty. Yep. He's unconscious.
Mage geeked! Right, so... This guy's unconscious, yeah?
Yeah.
This drone is acting on automated protocols. This is not fancy. This is just aim for center of mass, all bullets go there. Just slam, just wham, 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 wham. 10 shots directly into this fairly short grouping from the sort of shoulders down to the stomach. Just peppers him down, and he doubles over, groans, and collapses to the ground.
Cool. Yep, he is now out of the game.
Gretel makes a happy little buzzing noise. If Huggy hasn't managed to program the drone's fans to play Final Fantasy music, then she has failed as a person.
At this point, he's going to back down and call for a tactical retreat.
I think it's a little bit late for that, my friend.
Yeah, he's going to back off and move to behind this van. Huggy.
Well. Look who's come crawling into Gretel's sight. Huggy is going to jump into Gretel and then take a shot at the guy as he's running. 3 hits. I may... You know what? I am going to edge that.
Are you victimizing this poor guy?
Yes.
With edge while he's surrendering?
He's not surrendering.
He's running away. That's an important distinction.
Well, that was kind of pathetic. That's 4 hits in total.
Yeah, your reroll was bad.
My reroll is very bad. Not the best edge I've ever spent.
Come back here, you coward. I want to cough chunks of my own lung onto you.
Yeah, he does a neat forward roll and ends up behind the van with all of your bullets missing.
That little shit.
He's been trained for that. Yeah, he got 3 net hits.
That's not bad.
Hell.
So he does an absolutely textbook commando roll.
This guy is pulling action movie stunts.
Yeah. Textbook commando roll Like, you see the bullet sort of pass underneath him as he does this forward roll. And he ends up sort of flat behind this van.
With a dodge roll like that, he ends up back on his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He
he's
does
crouched.
the full, dive, hands down, flip back onto feet.
He flips onto his knees.
There.
In that sort of, I'm looking at sprinting sort of movement.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Maverick, pass 3.
Is that van he's behind a full 7 meter high stack?
Nope, that's just a van.
Do I have line of sight from where I am? I don't think I do.
I don't think you would, because he is sort of behind this.
Yeah, fair.
You know, he went into cover, so I think it would be difficult for you to see him at that angle.
Fuck it, I'm taking an extra half meter of movement and moving into cover of those vans.
I'm going to drop everyone out of initiative at this point, and Mav. So at this point, the lieutenant and the grunt disappear off. They vanish.
You just take off running.
They take off running.
How does it get to the fence?
They don't. But they do go through the parking lot and out the gate.
I do have a quick question to Toyget. All the other conscious corp securities run away. The mage is on the ground unconscious and that earth spirit has orders. What's happening?
So, it's been told Geek the Mage, so it's going to try and kill him. I don't know if everyone remembers this earth spirit. It basically looks like a haystack that's gone up and gone for a walk, but it's got these very long wooden claws. So it just sort of stands over him, and then slowly 2 of the claws appear. And it's not stabbing, it just sort of slowly, gently pushes the claws into his chest, and then pulls them out and takes a couple steps back. As plant life is already growing out of the chest wound. It's popping out from gaps in his clothing, from the wounds in his body, from the holes in his face. And over the course of 30 seconds or so, a very young, very healthy, very happy little rose bush is growing out of this man. And the spirit's sort of looking over it, sort of admiring its handiwork. It's going over and it's doing some pruning with some of its claws. It's nibbling little bits of it. It seems quite happy doing a bit of gardening in this rose bush that was a guy up until a minute ago.
That was
Hey!
That was unnecessary.
But hilarious.
But awful.
Hey, the spirit had orders.
He's very dead now.
Heck me, guys. We were supposed to retrieve a fragging mini disc. Jesus Christ.
Hansel is going to, or rather, Huggy and Gretel, is going to go over to the guard who shouted at us when we entered the yard, who is twitching on the ground from stick and shock, and put a couple of extra rounds into the back of her head.
What?
Nothing like overkill, guys.
Yeah. Why have you turned into a bunch of violent sociopaths?
You remember the words she used at the beginning of this conversation?
That wasn't her. Oh no, that was her. Shit, that was her. Yeah, it was her.
Agi remembers.
And racists get theirs.
Lying against the bottom stack of the vans is a very unhappy looking gentleman who is whimpering as he got caught on the edge of the Powerball earlier. And he, on seeing Maverick, he attempts to cower further into the van.
Are you Kerwin Loomis?
Who's asking?
The man with the gun.
I mean, I also have a gun, it's just his is bigger.
You're also not a man.
Babe, for you, I could be anything.
Twiger, are you joining, folks?
I'm 7 meters up in the air and badly injured.
Okay,
you can fly.
I'm also badly injured. So basically, I'm gonna say this happened. The spirits, the roses are now flowering. They're the same color as the guy's eyes were. It's made a little crown of them and given them to sunshine. And now it's climbed up on top of the vans and it's sort of gently picked Toyger up and carried him down over to where everyone else is and then dropped him and then disappeared.
Yep, that works.
Your spirits are remarkably wholesome when they're not murdering defeated enemies.
It's a spirit from the botanical gardens. It likes living things. It wants to help them. It wants to make them grow.
Who are you? I suppose I should be thanking you, I guess.
Are you, in fact, Kerwin Wilmus?
Yes.
Excellent. Do you have the mini disc?
Mav
takes one hand off his very large gun and holds it out in a give it to me.
Could you please do a intimidation test for me?
I would like the bonuses or the penalties on him for for character clearly armed and subject in pain.
Can I help with the intimidate roll?
How? Yep, if you tell me how.
So I'm just sort of like, I have bullet wounds. None of them are. I'm going to say none of them are center of mass, but I'm bleeding heavily from all of my limbs. There's blood all over my face. And I'm sort of like peeking around Maverick and just sort of smiling at him, and my mouth is full of blood. And I just say, "Hello, Kerwin."
You're a creepy fuck, Tiger.
Oh, love you too, Maverick.
Tiger. I mean, you did basically just compost the opposition, so...
I didn't do anything. It was all Koshi. So you can blame him if you've got any issues. It's when you look up, like the spirit looks up from its gardening for a second and then goes back to what it was doing. The rose bushes are like fairly sizable now. It's like taking over a section of the junkyard.
Tiger, roll me your assist.
It defaults on charisma -1, yeah?
Yeah.
It does. Get an intimidate skill. You use it far too often to keep defaulting.
It's on my list. 2 more hits.
Then I will roll it +2. And I'm also spending edge. 4 hits.
The 2 proto drones are flying a slow patrolling pattern around the party. Und Fenrir has turned up and is standing with guns pointed towards the parking lot. Huggy has put herself back into Grendel's mother. Grazing.
Yeah.
Breathing.
He wets himself. He goes, yeah, sure, okay. Look, dear. Look, okay, look, just let me go and you can have it.
We will let you go when we have it.
He reaches into, very slowly and painfully, like, you can see the claw marks from Toiger's spell raked down his arms, and he very carefully pulls out a disc from the inside of his pockets.
Carrion Sessions 48JB. For enlightenment, seek out absent friends. JB. It's a mini disc, so not John Belushi.
Who?
John Belushi.
Who?
Oh, Mav. Get thee some culture.
For fuck's sake. Look, just here.
Mav takes the disc, tucks it into his coat, and then flings his machine gun in a much less intimidating manner than it was previously.
Toiger reaches forward and just sort of grabs Kerwin's arm, like pressing his fingers on some of the guard wounds, and just like leans right in and says, "Thank you, Kerwin."
Toiger.
And then Toiger falls over.
The guy screams as it really fragging hurts. He said you'd let me go.
We're letting him go now. Let's go, we've got what we came for.
Okay, somebody drag me back to the van.
Huggy will get out of her cocoon and come over and, hoik up Toiger and carry him back to the van. Viz taking as much care as she can to, not cause him any additional pain.
I mean...
Really? Because
Yeah.
he kind of deserves it right now.
Probably, yes. But I like Toiger.
I'm going to be walking back alongside Mav, since Toiger and Huggy have sort of run on ahead. Go, I'd almost feel sorry for the kid if he wasn't such a fragging freak. Like, Jesus.
No, I forgot to take something from this one.
Turned him into a plant, Toiger.
I'll go get you one of the roses. You can get it pressed. laminated or something.
Toyga just sort of like, I'm guessing you've got them over the shoulder as usual. Toyga just sort of like tucks it into your hair, so it's like poking out past your horns.
Huggy doesn't really have any hair, but you can tuck it in sort of along inside one of the horns.
Yes, there's like I don't know, he fixes it somehow.
Loop it through the nails that is still...
Yes, we do that.
Objective achieved. Let's go hand it in and get paid.
Yeah.
You sure? How do you know it's the right disc?
We do need... yes. We need to check the contents.
Craig, we need some way of checking the contents.
Are you taking a look at it? Are you looking at it a bit more closely, or are you... What are you doing?
Oh, we should have brought Kerwin with us. I'm gonna go back to that weird pub with the dorks in it and ask if any of them can read this.
I'll ask around, see if I can find any of my friends who can.
Looking at the disc itself, it looks like an old-style mini-disc. You'd guess it's maybe...
This is almost certainly the correct hardware, but we were paid for hardware and software.
Yeah. It's maybe 20 to 25 years old. The kind of stuff your parents, or maybe even your grandparents, had hanging around the house when you were a kid.
I mean, the date suggests it's 24 years old when it was written.
Mm-hmm.
Right, do we want to take this guy with us and make sure that we've got the right thing?
I think it's a good idea. And I also think it's a good idea to go to the cathode ray. We can say, look, we brought him back alive. Now tell us what's on the disc.
We don't need to take him there.
Yes, we do, because if it's not the right disc, I intend to kick him to death.
Not until after he's told us where the right disc is.
The second he tells us where the right disc is, I'm kicking him to death. And maybe we can see if the spirit can do, like, irises this time.
Yeah, because, I mean, you wouldn't want to turn up all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at the Johnsons to discover that he's given you a phone.
Mav jumps out of the van.
Someone go back and get Kerwin.
I'm going. You're injured. Sit down and try not to cause any more spontaneous gardening.
Mav, you are by far and away my favourite orc.
Mav just looks slightly, and gets out the back of the van.
What, not Neil the Orc Barbarian?
I met the actor that played Neil the Orc Barbarian. He was very handsy.
Wait, you met Neil the Orc Barbarian?
Mav walks back over towards the van, near where we left Kerwin.
Kerwin has managed to get maybe up to the van in a very slow, bleeding walk.
Oh great, he's coming the right way. Mav walks back towards him and says, Mr. Lomas.
His eyes go kind of wide, and he attempts to back off again and falls over.
No, we've come to a realization that we don't know you've given us the contents of this disc. And until you can confirm this, you're coming with us.
I don't have a choice in this, do I?
You could run and I could fill you with stick and shock.
He wipes a bloody hand across his face and goes, Frag, why did I decide this was a good idea? Okay.
Smart. Come with me.
Just don't let that... friend?
I'll keep him under strict instructions.
Okay. He hobbles behind you a bit. He's definitely struggling to keep going, but he's trying.
He's trying, bless him. Mav opens the back door. Hoiger, you're up front with me. Sunshine, go and see if you can stop him bleeding quite so much.
Okay, if I bleed on your upholstery, it's Maverick's fault.
Noted.
As I'm shuffling past to get into the front seat, hand on Kerwin's shoulder for a second, then just lean forward. Hello again, Kerwin.
Hoiger.
Hoiger.
What?
Damage.
Get in the van.
Emotional damage.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So I rummage around in the van looking for a first aid kit.
There's one attached to the wall, very clearly labeled with a red cross, red box, white cross on it.
I'm gonna get my own med kit out of one of the many, many pockets of my gigantic coat and use that to deal with some of my sucking chest wounds. Well,
you not have heal.
The focus required to use that spell properly is a bit beyond me just now, love.
Fair enough.
How can you use a medkit again?
You roll the first aid skill plus its rating.
I don't have first aid skill.
You are using the rating of the actual kit itself, but you are not in ideal condition. Right. So, what rating is your medkit?
6.
Roll 3 dice.
A hit.
A hit. Hey, you have healed a single point of injury.
Yeah, I put a plaster on one of my scrapes. Okay.
Do you, in fact, just stuff a tampon into the wound and hope for the best?
Yeah.
A tampon that is full of antiseptic.
That'd sting.
Yeah. But cleans the wound.
Oh, it's just pain, right?
Yeah, sorry, magicians are hard to heal.
I could try casting heal on myself, but I'd be doing it at like a -2 at least.
Can I suggest drugs and edge?
Tell you what, yes, you can suggest drugs and edge. Sunshine, Mav won't let me go near Kerwin. Again, can you give me some of the patches that make my brain work, please? They're in the Switzerland box.
I get it. Yeah. So yeah, I slap him with some patches.
And all my stun damage goes away.
For now.
For now.
And
It's
now,
a way back.
I'm guessing we're driving along at this point. Now I'm casting heal.
Yeah.
As soon as I find it.
Right, I will take one stun patch off of the stacks that I have in the...
I cannot roll for the life of me today.
Oh, Tiger.
I've managed to heal another. Most of the wounds stop bleeding.
Yeah. You're sore, but you're able.
Oh, that feels so much better. Did anyone remember to get any of the roses that grew out of that guy?
There's one behind Huggy's horn.
Huggy has picked another one as well, so that it can get dried and pressed and used as a totem.
Sunshine has a rose crown because Toiga's hurt and feeling silly.
The disc.
You have the disc. What are you doing with the disc?
I am going to call up Bloodsog and see if they have anything that I can pay a mini disc on.
Okay. Who's Litzog?
I don't believe Ember has ever met Lurzog.
Sorry. Lurzog is my mechanic contact. Lurzog is a non-binary orc. They're a bit weird. And by a bit weird, I mean very. There's a reason that Huggy and Lurzog get on quite as well as they do, and that's because they take drugs together and build drones.
Yeah, fair.
Famously, Lurzog once built a cuddly bear with fractured threads and a frag grenade embedded in his chest.
That's disturbing.
It was for dealing with gangers.
Still disturbing.
So the worst part of it was that they kept the voice box in, which was slightly damaged. So you know, is that like stereotypical horror movie, creepy, like giggling, "Come play with me," in a slightly tinny, like off note? It did that. It actually did that.
Yikes.
Fucking terrifying. Had nightmares for like 3 weeks, so that may have also been the LSD. Right, I'm rolling my connection. Is it loyalty or connection?
Yes. Loyalty.
So roll 3. 0 hits.
You want to edge that?
Yeah. 2 hits.
Huggy! Huggy, why are you ringing me?
Is everything okay? What's wrong?
I'm just taking a shitload of cram. The world is amazing right now. What can I do for you?
Your crash is going to be ungodly.
Right, I'm going to stop by a stuffer shack on the way over.
Get me 6 tons of Hulk. I need Hulk right now. Oh my god,
I'm going to get as much Hulk as I can buy and as many Ritos as I can buy.
This drone tastes purple.
Yeah. Oh god. Right, okay. So this might not be the best question to ask you right now. Do you have any way of playing a mini disc?
What now?
A mini disc.
I don't know, bring a pie. I'll feed it to a drone. I'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what... Do you promise not to try and eat it?
No, but I probably won't.
Okay, yeah, we're coming over anyway.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Oh, absolutely not, but...
Can we maybe not get our pay data eaten?
By drones or by people called Alertsog.
I'm not going to let Alertsog eat the pay data. However, given how high Alertsog is, I am going over to make sure that they don't die.
Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. In the meantime...
So, a mini-disc? What's next? A Sumerian tablet? What's the oldest thing you've ever stolen?
Let us know on our Discord. Intro is More Human Than Human by Carl Casey, and the background music is also by Carl Casey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Tops Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. So if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.